Hi everyone, so my name is Brandon Flores. Today, my artifact's going to be on Translanguaging Works. Here are the table of contents. First, we're going to introduce what I'm going to be talking about, my topic. A little mini lesson, something to show you guys really in depth or an example of what my topic is, the presentation of data, and the summary. So the introduction to the topic is going to be that Translanguaging works in classes, right? I know we are used to monolingual classes, monolingual teaching, in the education system here in the United States. But me growing up in the education system here in the Rio Grande Valley, I had a lot of difficulty learning, coming from a Mexican household where it was dominant Spanish, right? And then you come to school having to learn another language. I felt that jumping to a whole nother language was just unfair and unjust, mostly because it was giving me trouble at home as well, so I wasn't really winning in either side. My topic is gonna show that translanguaging does work and that you can also show others, right, how it does work. So before I start, I'm gonna show you some pictures, and I want you to really just listen to me and try to understand where I'm coming from. Aquí en esta foto hay una camioneta, un árbol, una sandía. Estas fotos quiero que me digan de qué son y dónde las ves. Si pueden describir para qué se usan o de lo que ustedes quieran decirme de ese objeto, me pueden decir, por favor. So that's just, something basic. Those pictures are just simple objects that we see every day. But right, as a young student, or really as a foreign exchange student from any other country coming and hearing that in another language, it can be very confusing. It's simple in a sense because you see it every day, but you don't know what they're talking about. You don't know what the teacher is talking about. So it's hard for you to really progress in the classroom, right? And so this data shows that since the 1970s, right, the idea that first and second language development are complementary, meaning, right, that they help each other. So in the classroom, right, if you're trying to learn English, your your first language, which for me was Spanish, it can help you, right, develop that second language. For example, the students at Boston Community College, where it's predominantly a large culture of, mixed students, their classes are taught mostly in English, right? And so the retention rate there is 55%. Why? Because teachers are teaching in English and they're not grasping the concepts of right, what they're teaching, what they're trying to learn. Um, Whereas translanguaging, it allows for students to read and write in English, but use their mother tongue to connect the gaps and communicate to learn. So there's really no pressure to automatically start learning English, and then right, you can start progressing in your education. Translanguaging kind of, you know, it fills a gap as like um it meets your needs as far as, still needing that first language. For me, was Spanish, right? But also it still gives you the opportunity to have English involved. So it gives you that challenge, but also gives you the opportunity to not, feel the pressure of, um, being stuck in a classroom where you don't know anything. So here are my sources, and really, my final thoughts are just, I hope you guys kind of got a quick gist of, you know, of what it feels like as a Spanish speaking student going into the classroom, hearing, what they may hear, on a day-to-day basis until they learn English. But I also hope you guys learn that there is another method and that it is being implemented. So this is just something that you guys can speak about to other peers or teachers, right? Maybe give them a little insight of what you have learned here today. Thank you.